What's up guys, welcome back to another easy guide. Today on the new Payday 3 Heist Turbid station. Today's guide will work a little bit differently in the sense that I'll be showing the guide on how to get the max loot with the bagger skill tree rather than just winning with the bare minimum. So as soon as I start this heist, personally what I like to do is I go over here by this bridge and I look for the perfect spot to jump down, just so I can make this early phases a lot faster. As you can see here, you can just sprint on top of these trains and nothing really happens to you, and you can get to the other side of the station without any issues. Usually if you just kind of make your way over here by crouching, it'll take you ages to get to this point. I ended up learning that through many failures, but yeah, it's a pretty good way to start in my opinion. I like to start either by just going over here by hacking this guy's phone or by going downstairs and cleaning out down there, but we will go over that in a second as we will be going down there in a second. But yeah, usually I do prefer to go for this guy's phone first, because I find that opening up the trains to be the most dangerous part of this heist, as you can often get caught as you're trying to open up the trains. So that's what I'm gonna do here first. So I hack the phone and I immediately start going for the green trains, which are the quants trains where they contain the loot, and I focus on opening them up. For your information, there are 4 different trains, so you're gonna have to be doing this control panel over here 4 different times. And if the guards see the control panel running, they will detect it, and it will mess up your run as they will go into search mode. So yeah, I prefer opening up all the trains first, because if I do fail at that, then I can just restart without losing too much time. Conveniently I found the SSD here, and the red key card is all here in the middle. Sometimes it's downstairs. I've seen it also in the back of the train station. So there are a few different positions that it can be at. I've replayed this map at this point something like 6 different versions of it, and I've personally only seen 3 different positions that it can be at, but I'm guessing there are more than that. So yeah, we're gonna focus here on just opening all these trains. We got a little bit lucky that we got the red key card already and this SSD, but yeah, we didn't necessarily need it at this point yet, but it will, you know, make things a little bit easier. Also, I do recommend opening up as many trains as you can, like the ones that you have to lockpick, to make your mobility a little bit easier. So at this point, we're going onto the 3rd train. So I know after this train, I only got 1 more to worry about. These drones, by the way, can be easily avoided just by going under the train. And I open up this QR code here just to make mobility a little bit easier. You know, in case I need to back up like that, I could have hidden in there as well. So it just gives you a little bit more freedom of movement, which is why it's ideal for you to open up as many trains as I can. Hack this guy's radio here because I want to go over here and try to open this so that I can move around a bit easier, but I'm in a pretty risky situation here. As I was doing this, I was thinking, okay, this is probably not a good idea, but it ended up working. So yeah, you kind of want to ride off with rush, you know, use the rush to insta lockpick as much as you can. So over here I saw the next control panel, but the problem is usually there are several lurking guards here. So I'm just making sure there's no one nearby for me to open this up. This is one of the riskiest trains in my opinion. In my experience, this is the one that gets caught the most, because I feel like this is where most of the guards pass, where has the most concentration of guards rather. So I opened this up as well for freedom of movement, but since the satellite is right here, we figured we might as well just get the first bag. There are 20 bags in this map, so we'll be going for all of those. So we'll just be getting this one just because it was in our way. No actual reason to be grabbing it. So we also get a little bit lucky here, or I don't even know if it's luck, but the employee The quants employee that we'll need for later on is right here. I don't know if this is lucky because it's actually better off if he's in there, you know, inside of this, so I don't have to carry him around for too long. At this point, I kind of froze. I wasn't sure what to do. I couldn't grab the employee because the camera would have seen me, and I'm like, wait, what the hell do I do? So I figured I hacked the camera just to, you know, get it on my side and be able to grab the employee. But yeah, I kind of froze up there, unsure of what to do. Okay, so down here we have 3 employees, just the janitors and people like that. 1 quants employee, which is the guy in the white shirt, and 2 guards. This down here, what I like to do is I like to clean this up. I like to grab all of the employees and get rid of them, you know, tie them up and things like that, or kill them if I have to. And the 2 guards, of course, I do kill them as well, and I use the 2 radios that were given in Overkill to get rid of these guards. Because by doing this, I'm able to clean up downstairs, and essentially this downstairs part just becomes extremely easy and very easy to move around. It just makes our life tremendously easier in this heist. I make sure I grab him over here and just tuck him in the corner, just so, you know, we don't get unlucky. Yeah, he got stuck here. I figured I'd get him out of here because, you know, sometimes this game glitches out. The camera might see him through the wall, so I figured I'd just grab him. Okay, so we've gotten rid of 1 employee, 1 janitor, the quants employee, and the guard. So we know we're missing 2 employees still and a guard. Those are the 3 people that I want to get rid of. So right here is another employee. Grab him, bring him over here, tuck him in the corner, tie him up. Okay, now I got 1 employee and 1 guard left, and downstairs will be perfectly fixed up for us and will allow us to move around however we want. The only thing we'll have to worry about after getting rid of these people will be the cameras, but after a while you kind of get used to the cameras and moving around them. It's pretty easy. As you can see, I already kind of have an easy time moving around them. They're pretty predictable. They don't make things too hard down here. And that's it. That's the last employee. Now we're just missing the cop. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bait him with some noise. Close the door. He's going to come in here, close the door, and I can take him out. After taking out this guard, we have officially gotten rid of everybody downstairs. Now we have nothing to worry about other than the cameras. Downstairs is officially fixed up for us. So we have a lot of freedom of movement now. Upstairs, we've opened all the wagons, except the ones with the lockpick. And downstairs, we've gotten rid of everybody, so we have just given ourselves a lot of freedom of movement. This is going to make things a lot easier. So what I go ahead and go do now at this point is I like to grab the quants employee. Yeah, I messed up here because I went inside this room here, but I didn't open up the doors that are locked, and it made my life a bit harder there. Every time you go in those rooms, you want to unlock all the doors so you don't have to lockpick in front of the cameras. So I go and I grab this little guy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this part, which is getting him to the biometric scanner, because in my opinion this is the third and last dangerous part of this heist. In my opinion, this heist has 3 dangerous parts. One of them is hacking the phone and opening up all the wagons. I throw him down here real quick. I throw him down here because the camera would have seen me standing up, but by throwing him down here, we were able to both crouch down. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The 3 hard parts of this heist is opening up the wagons after hacking the phone, is this part that I'm doing right now, the biometric scanner, and I almost messed up there, didn't I? I just realized that the camera actually got a lot closer than I thought. And the third difficult part is really just hauling the bags back. So this pretty much closes it up, and now all we have to really do at this point is starting to haul the bags back. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. The hard part here that we're gonna have to do is this timed run over here, that we hack the computer and we have to make our way back onto the train within a minute. And this can be pretty RNG, as the train can be quite far away. You also have to be a little bit careful here, because if you just interact with this computer, this security guard may see it. From my experience, he sees from almost every single position that he's at. This position that he's on right now, he sees the computer as he's right over it. If he's in front of the computer, of course he sees it. When he's tucked in the corner, he sees it. The only two spots that he doesn't see it is when he goes up here to my right, which is what I'm waiting on him to do. So he backtracked and he went in front of the computer, so we're gonna have to wait him out. We can't afford to get rid of him, because the guards in this map in search mode are extremely dangerous, dude. It makes this just like 5 times harder. So there we go. He's gonna go up there. When he goes up to this position, you are safe to go. You can hack the computer pretty safely. I just wait for the hack to go through. So I know after I hack this computer, I will have a minute. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna wait until this guard moves, and as soon as he moves, we're gonna click and go for the train, because we don't want to have to waste any time. And there we go, we click, but sadly he's coming down the wrong way, so this still took me about 2-3 seconds to wait him out for him to pass. Luckily the camera was looking the other way, and now we make our way to the wagon. I already had previously failed a heist, so I know which wagon is the one that has the computer. We got 30 seconds and we're more than halfway through. So thankfully this is the wagon right here. We just be careful. In my first run, my first clear for this map, I had the worst wagon, and I pretty much crouched the entire way to the wagon, and the game gives you enough time, so you don't need to sprint or anything. You'll be fine if you just kind of crouch your way to the wagon that you need to get to. So there we go. We have officially grabbed both prototypes. We've gotten rid of most of the dangerous parts of the map. Now, most of what we need to do now is just kind of haul the bags back and working our way onto the speedboat. As far as I can tell, there are 2 possible escape points. One is the speedboat in the water, and the other one is the van upstairs. I honestly don't know which one I prefer. They're both pretty good. The van is pretty safe as well. The van feels like it's farther, but from this position that I'm at right now, these wagons that I'm grabbing, this loot is right next to the van, so it's pretty convenient. But yeah, I think the van might be a little bit safer at the end of the day. I think it might take a little bit longer to haul bags to the van. I'm actually not sure. I might be talking out of my ass, but yeah, I do feel like the van's a lot easier. The speedboat's great for downstairs, but for upstairs you have to make a long way around, which is also why I recommend getting rid of downstairs, getting rid of all the employees and the security guards. This was one of the riskiest moves I did in this run. I didn't know how long that guard was chilling there for. If I moved a little bit later, he would have turned and looked straight at me and detected me. But thankfully, apparently he had just gotten to this position. But yeah, you don't want to do that when you're doing max loot runs. Well, actually, he went ahead and turned the other way. But when I was going through this run, I did think that the guard would turn in my direction. And yeah, overall, when you're just doing these max loot runs, since they take so long, it's just about you not slipping up even a single time. So you really shouldn't afford to make crazy dangerous moves. You should just play as safe as possible, so you don't have to restart and play for another 30 minutes. Yeah, right now what I'm doing is I got 2 wagons over here by this staircase where I'm dropping the bags. And what I'm doing is I'm emptying up the 2 trains and just throwing the bags up there. And then, you know, because this is a little bit risky, so instead of me just making my entire way to the boat every time I grab a bag, I just get them safe first and then I'll haul the bag. But don't worry, when I get to the point of hauling the bags to the speedboat in itself, I will skip through it. I will speed up the video. At this point, I'm just clearing up these 2 wagons, and you know, all I have to worry about this side of the map, the only guy you have to worry about is that one lurking dude. Sometimes there comes a second one, but these 2 wagons, in my opinion, are the easiest wagons to clear out. The hardest ones being the middle wagons, but the ones on the edge of the map are pretty easy. And that's it for these 2 wagons. We clear up all of the loot. And now what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I get through this part here, I almost get caught there, the lurking guy.
Check out the guard.
Coming by, so I'm deciding whether I'm gonna wait him out or if I'm just gonna try to work my way around them. I believe I just push. Yeah, I just go forward, I think. Hack his radio since he's just looking the other way, and I go. All right, so at this point, we currently up here, I believe we have something like 10 or 12 bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the part after I haul the bags. But basically, all I do for the next few minutes is take all of these bags to the speedboat. Nothing else really gets done. So I'll see you guys as soon as I get to that point. So out of all of those bags that we have just grabbed, this is the last one. And I know there's a box down here, so I figured I might as well just get this one as well. Thank God for Bagger, dude, because doing all this without Bagger would take ages. This entire run took 31 minutes, which is not too bad, honestly, for a max loot run. But yeah, it's still quite a while. Imagine without the skill tree, it would have been insane. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clear out this other wagon, which is over here by the edge. If I'm not mistaken, this is the next thing that I do. Oh, no, yeah. This wagon is the only wagon that doesn't have any loot in it. This wagon only has this center satellite and it has nothing else in it. So for this wagon, it's clear. The other 2 wagons on the edges of the map are clear. And since there are 4 wagons total, of course, we'll just be missing 1 wagon. By the way, yeah, this door here, they don't see through this green glass. Even though it looks scary, they don't see you at all. It counts as a wall. I'm not sure if that's ever gonna get patched, but yeah, you can just kind of look at them through the glass and they don't really see you. So the last one we need to clear out is gonna be the middle wagon. At this point, I'm just making sure that I cleared out all the loot. I previously lost a run because I literally got 19 bags out of the 20. Literally 19 bags out of the 20, and I could not find the last bag for the sake of me, which is why I'm pretty nuts about it, and I'm just making sure I did clear out everything. So that I don't get lost again. And then we're back onto, we're moving on to the last wagon over here, which has this vault, which requires us to grab the SSD. But as you saw earlier, the SSD, we conveniently just walked right in front of it, even though we weren't searching for it. So you need to plug in the SSD here to be able to open up this vault. Like I said, the SSD can be in various different locations. I have personally seen it downstairs, right in the middle of everything. I have seen it in the back of the station, and I've seen it in the position that you saw in this gameplay. So over here we got 5 more bags. We got 2 what are these called? Orbit stabilizers per box. one solar panel. The solar panel seem to be worth a lot more. They give about 8% for each loot, and I'm pretty sure these don't, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm gonna just haul these bags back. At this point, you know, you want to play as safe as you possibly can. You don't want to mess this up. You know, you just got to turn in the bags. I've also come to notice one thing. As far as these drones go in this map, you can just walk right past it. Like, the drones don't detect you in time. The drones only detect you if you stand still. You don't have to worry about drones at all, in my opinion, in this map. You can just walk past it every single time, and it doesn't even come close to spotting you. I've also noticed with the new skill tree, the bagger, in case you haven't gotten it yet, I don't know if you saw it earlier, about 30 seconds ago, I threw a bag on the floor. What you can do is every time you pick up a bag, you gain rush, right? Which enables you to move around with the two bags as if you weren't carrying any bags. You move around pretty quick. So what you can do is every time rush ends, you can just throw a bag on the floor and pick it up again, and then boom, rush is back up. The skill tree is insane. It's very, very good for stealth play. Even if you're not solo, I believe Transporter is going to be a 100% pick that for any solo stealth player. As you'll see here, I will run out of rush, and I'll just throw the bag on the floor and pick it back up to trigger rush. As you can see, we're moving pretty quick here with the two bags. Look what happens as soon as rush ends. We go like slow motion. Here we go. Look how slow we go. As soon as I notice this, bag on the floor, pick it back up, and rush is back up. So it's really, really good. It really does like pretty much double the speed of a solo stealth play, because the hauling bag, the bag hauling process is like the worst part of solo stealth, in my opinion. It's not even the difficulty part of it. It's just the hauling bag that is so annoying. So we're on to the last bag already for the wagons, and we're only about 2-3 minutes from the end of the heist. So we're gonna grab over here the bag, and after you've cleared all the wagons, what you must know is that downstairs, the remaining loot is always downstairs in my experience. And if I'm not mistaken, in total there are 3 bags downstairs. There will be 3 pieces of loot, and they can be scattered around randomly, but yeah, as far as I have seen, there's always pretty much 3 different pieces of loot there. Almost get caught here. We got a guard over here. We got another guard that's, you know, I'm trying to hack him, but apparently these railings completely block off your vision, even though it doesn't. I couldn't have hacked him there, but I guess it turned out to be a good thing. Oh, look at this drone. Look. It doesn't even come close. Like, that went like 20% of the way. These drones are really not a threat. I think even if you stand still and it just like scans over you, I think it might not even pick you up. I think it might only pick you up if you perfectly walk inside of it, like you follow it and you actually mess up that way. But these drones are super, super easy. I don't know if it was that easy in Payday 2. If you're a Payday 2 player, do let me know, because yeah, these drones are actually dramatically easy. They're just almost like a visual thing. They don't really do much. So we got 15% left, and I know it's 2 more. I've gotten this one right here. We've gotten a solar panel there. So I just know it's missing 2 different pieces. I know each solar panel is about 8%. So in my head, I know that that's probably what I'm missing is 2 solar panels. And I know there's one right here in front of me, because I saw it on the loading screen. Once you're loading in, you can actually see it. And that's 1 solar panel. And at this point, I don't exactly know where the last solar panel is, so I'm kind of looking around. backtrack, you know, because I'm thinking I already went that way, so I don't think it can be there. It could be in the locked rooms, in both of the locked rooms. I don't think it can be in the hallway. I'm checking over here the hallways, but I don't think they can be in the hallway. I believe they can be here, in this area, or in the other area. I'm looking around, making sure I'm not missing it out. And they can also be in the locked rooms. From my experience, these are all the places that I can be at. At this point, I wasn't sure if they could be in the hallway or not. I know they can be in this locked room. I have seen it in my playthroughs. I rush one away, so I throw the bag and I pick it up again. Then I realize that, wait, I think I when I was going through this to go for the timed wagon, there was a bag here, and yes, it was. This is the last piece of loot that I was missing. Pick it up. It's a double solar panel. I know this is gonna bring me to that 100%. So this is just the final stretch. And with this, we'll be reaching the end of this run. I hope you guys enjoy the run. I did max loot because figured we'd go for something a little bit more challenging to talk about rather than just completing the heist. And there goes all the loot. So in case you're wondering how much money you make and how much infamy points you make, here is gonna be the results of the match. You actually make quite a lot of infamy, by the way. I was quite surprised they're giving 180 infamy. For 31 minutes, it made $1.5 million, pretty much. Really good. I think that's the largest payout I've ever encountered, I think. Could be talking out of my ass, but that's really good. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.